Hi, welcome to the Veggie Cage Test Gardens. I'm so glad that you're here because I want to show you how wonderfully easy our veggie cages are to use. This is where we experiment with all different kinds of new and wonderful ways to use our veggie cage. There's lots of favorite ways. I have a favorite. You probably will too after you've used them. But of course we're going to start with tomatoes because everybody loves tomatoes. Really, no matter where you live, you can look in the backyards of people all over America, and no matter how small a space they have, they're growing tomatoes, at least a few if they have the space for it. One of the beautiful things about our veggie cage, by the way, is that you can grow tomatoes and all kinds of vegetables in a really small amount of space because you're growing them upright. They're staying nice and neat and attractive looking off the ground. And so we're going to start with tomatoes because that's what everybody loves in the summertime. I want to show you what they look like when you get them. I've already clipped this apart. This will come with little tabs holding this together for ease of shipment. Keeps it nice and flat for shipping. You just break them apart. It's very, very easy. And when you're finished, you have it like this. It's loose, it's free. Oh, here's one I can show you right here. See how easy that is? You just break that apart, and then you're also going to want to break off this little screw piece on the top. That's very important. This is a wonderful, heavy-duty screw. It's plastic, but boy, is it sturdy. And it's going to hold your veggie cage to whatever type of stake you choose to use. In our gardens, we tend to use the square wooden ones. I happen to think they're attractive. These are actually 2x2s. We get them cut up for us at the hardware store, but you can use anything you want to. Some people use rebar, some people use the smaller round stakes. Anything will fit inside of here that you choose to use. And then all you have to do is this. Let me take this apart for you. You simply undo, put the screw into the clamp, slide it over the top of whatever kind of support you've chosen to use, and then just give it a twist until it's good and tight. I've been growing with veggie cages for 3 years. I've never had one slip down no matter what kind of support we've used because you can really give this a good tight fit. It's very sturdy and it'll keep it up there for the whole summer. So here we are, this one is installed. Now obviously this tomato's been growing for a few weeks. It's early summer here in our Midwest test garden, and so this plant is already beginning to take advantage of the space of the veggie cage. See how his little limbs, they're small at this point. They're going to be bigger in the middle of the summer, as you know, but they're already just resting comfortably, fully supported by the spirals of the veggie cage. I want to give you a little garden tip when you use our veggie cage for tomatoes. I've already done it on this one, but I'll undo it to show you. You have a little stake at the end that goes into the ground after you've installed it. You want to install it, by the way, while the plants are still small so that it just slides right down over their heads. If you've noticed in growing tomatoes, oftentimes you get those big, luscious tomatoes at the very bottom of your plant. And when it's supported, let's say you normally tie it to a stake, which is so much work, the veggie cage eliminates that. The bottom of your plant will begin to bow out. Not with the veggie cage. When the plant gets to be about this size, and you can clearly see where its main stem is, you simply take your veggie cage, you undo, pull out the stake, very easy, just bring it over so that the bottom ring rests just very lightly against that main stem. It's a little bit off center, doesn't matter at all. Your plant will not know the difference. As this gets heavy with tomatoes, that's going to keep that stem from bowing out. All in all, the veggie cage really keeps your plants very happy and botanically correct. They grow happy in these veggie cages. A lot of place for air to go through. Really eliminates a lot of the mold problems if you live in a very moist climate, and the yellowing leaves because a lot of air can come through. And wait till you see later on how easy it is to pick the tomatoes on a veggie cage. Sometimes we have a tomato plant and it'll start to want to kind of head south. I have one over here that I fixed earlier. The veggie cage requires almost no maintenance whatsoever. There's just about no babysitting with a veggie cage. However, all plants need a little bit of TLC. So you want to come out maybe once a week and just have a look at your plants. If one of the branches has begun to head outside of your rings, it's so easy. You simply take it. I did this one earlier. The veggie cage moves beautifully. You just simply put it back in and you're finished. It is so absolutely easy. In fact, let me show you with this one. I can take this one out to show you how easy this is. This is all the maintenance that is required to keep your tomatoes supported with the veggie cage. Watch how simple. I'm finished. I am finished. I can go sit on my porch now and drink lemonade. You could not find an easier way to support tomatoes. And it's so attractive. Right now you can still see the Veggie Cage, but by July, you will not even be able to see this because the plant will totally cover up those rings. And of course it's green, so it fades right into the foliage. Unlike those unattractive and awkward metal cages, and what do you do with them over the winter time? You are absolutely going to love the Veggie Cage for tomatoes. However, the Veggie Cage has a lot of uses. One of my very personal favorites is for growing snow peas. It's really almost miraculous how easy snow peas are to grow. You can grow an entire bed for just the cost of a couple of packets of seeds. Matter of fact, I want to show you what we've done over in another part of the garden. Come on.